This is Nadir Shah in Chicago, and you are watching my channel, Knowledge for Quality of Life. Welcome to all those who have recently joined the community of learners. I really welcome to the bottom of my heart. Secondly, I would like to appreciate and thank Dr. Joseph Mercola for mentioning my vitamin K2 video, which I did, I believe, last September in relationship with the ApoE genotype. One of the subscriber mentioned actually in the comment, that's how I found out. Otherwise, I would not have known. I really appreciate and thank Dr. Mercola to bring this fact, which is not very common to many doctors I have spoken to, and educating the people about this issue. Because this is a very, very crucial one and very important because I see numerous comments on various forums like osteoporosis, coronary artery disease, people have been taking just 100 microgram or 200 microgram and they are not doing the justice maybe, or they are overdoing it without knowing their ApoE genotype. And that's why I thought that, this is very, very important matter and not very extensively mentioned in the literature except one or two spots. So I brought it to you guys. Today's topic, I want to share some thoughts on. It's been on my mind for some time because I've been fortunate enough to live with my parents all my life until last year when my mom passed away. I'm a son of one of the sibling of centenarians. My dad lived 102, and my mom, when she passed away last year, she was 99. So it didn't dawn on me until recently, in recent time, and luckily, I found out a documentary on Netflix last year, and I saw that documentary, and it talks about blue zones. Blue zones, and when you hear about blue zone, this term is coined by a person, and I'm going to share some thoughts which I collected in 9 bullets. These are the attributes, actually, these are the factors which they exhibit in their lifestyle. And remember that when we are talking about quality of life, because my channel is based on quality of life, the knowledge requires to improve one's quality of life, not only health perspective. We haven't talked about finance and education and all that yet, but when it comes to healthcare, what are the things which matters? Healthy lifestyle, and these are the factors which I have gathered from watching that documentary on Netflix. And if people who have Netflix subscription, I strongly recommend to watch that documentary. I believe it's on 5 episodes. So let me share my screen with you guys. So what you're seeing here, blue zones is a term coined by Dan Buettner. He's a very well known for his cycling and, as a geographer who traveled around the globe, observing this thing and, finding out about the people who lived the longest with a good health span, along with the lifespan. So, what kind of a lifestyle they embrace? What are the characteristics? What are the value system they have? And these blue zones are actually places all around the globe. And I have included a small map shot here for you to understand that, it's not only concentrated in one spot of the globe, it's spread out. Okinawa, which is in Japan, Sardinia, which is in Italy, Ikaria, which is in Greece. There's a place, Costa Rica, 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗲 place in Costa Rica, and then Loma Linda in California. So in the United States, we have a blue zone. Now, the question is, which we are going to look into later, that what are the factors which I've highlighted here? But, the question is that, is it the space specific? Is it the geographic specific that, you have to be in certain zone to have those benefits? And we'll come to that at the end that, what are those factors? So now, first thing is that, I have highlighted here that, these factors that, they move naturally. When I say move naturally, we've been talking about that, doing your regular household chores. They do the physical activities. They encourage low intensity physical activity. Remember what I said when I talked about physical activity, when I did the vlog, there is a sweet spot, the J curve, that, it has a benefit at the certain level. But if you exaggerate that level, that puts the detrimental stress on the body, and that creates atherosclerotic plaque and, other issues as well. So the risk factor goes up. So they prefer low intensity physical activities such as walking, gardening, cycling, incorporating natural daily walk, in their life. People in the blue zone stay active through simple everyday tasks. They don't have maids. They do everything in their house by themselves. Okay. They don't have robotic vacuums. They sweep. So, if you watch that documentary, you will know what I'm talking about. That, they sit, some of the folks, they sit on the floor to eat, particularly in Okinawa in Japan. Then they have a plant-based diet. The second factor, promote a diet rich in vegetables, not the vegetables like typically Asian cooks, the type of vegetables they eat, in low stir fry or, raw vegetables. So without killing the nutrients and minerals, fruits, legumes, whole grain breads, and nuts. Of course, in some parts of these blue zones, extra virgin olive oil is a big staple. Meat is consumed sparingly, occasionally as a specialty. They don't eat, they don't practice carnivore diet. They are not keto oriented. Basically it's a Mediterranean type of lifestyle. Often as a side dish or small portions. If they eat meat, like lamb or something, the portions are very controlled and small. This is common in places like Okinawa and Sardinia. 80% rule, the third factor, they follow 80% rule, means they stop eating when their stomach, they feel like it's 80% full, to avoid any overeating. Because remember that, when we talked about metabolic syndrome and these diseases, is like not only what we eat, but how much we eat. Okay. Like some people live to eat, and some people eat to live. So we have to make this distinction that, how much we are loading up. Am I burning the enough calories which I'm intaking? Otherwise I'm going to get obese. My BMI is going to be higher. And if you watch these people, they are slim. Their circumference of the waist is way under, and they don't exhibit any metabolic issues. So 80% rule is really, really universal. Basically, all these, we will talk about it, that, this thing is irrespective of place. This is a personal practice. Strong social ties means fostering strong relationship, close-knit communities. They live together in the form of communities, the social activities they do. In blue zones, people spend time with families, friends and neighbors. And there are so many studies done in the past that, people who remain socially connected, they do fare well in the long run, because they have less amount of depression. They don't have anything, to worry about, the negative thoughts and all that. And they have a sense of belonging. Engaging in social activities and promote sense of belonging and support. So they are there for each other all the time. So that's how the social relationship nowadays, we tend to get socially connected via different platforms, social media platforms, but we hardly visit people. So make sure that, you invite people to your house, and each other, and sometimes, spend time together in eating foods or playing games or chit-chatting. All those things are really, really helpful for well-being overall. Then the fifth point is purpose and engagement. Help people find their sense of purpose. People who have sense of purpose, they do well because, they need to have, we need to have a sense of purpose. Why I'm here, what can I do beyond myself? Because remember that at the end of the day, everybody in the Western society we live nowadays, Eastern society is getting somewhat like that as well. What's in it for me? So if we think that, what's in it for me, we have to come out of that box sometimes, and think that what can I do for others as well? Okay, so this gives you someone a sense of belonging that, every day when you wake up in the morning, that what can I do better? Of course, we have to take care of ourselves, our family, but what can I do for others? That will give us a sense of engagement, sense of purpose, and that keeps the life moving with vitality. The sixth point is the stress management. They do regular practices and for managing the stress, such as meditation, prayer, napping, simply taking time to unwind. In blue zones, stress is minimized through daily relaxation techniques. Variety of things, some people do yoga, some people meditate early in the morning. Some people just take time for thinking about the nature in solace, with a quiet time, and remembering God, or remembering the universal soul which created us. So these are the different vehicles or tools one can manage their stress level. The next one is, of course, I'm not an advocate for this because I don't consume alcohol in any forms, not even beer. So I don't advocate this thing, and I'm not a big proponent of this either. But it's in the literature that wine, they occasionally use moderate amount of alcohol in the form of wine at the dinners, and of course they drink socially and in moderation. But for me it's a no-no. But I just highlighted since it was mentioned in the documentary as well. Sleep and rest, which we talked about in a separate vlog, that it's a priority. Getting enough sleep and taking regular breaks to minimize the stress level and overall well-being of our mental health and physical health both. People in blue zones tend to have consistent sleep patterns, contributing to longevity. The pattern of sleep, because body understands that what amount of sleep you need and what time you sleep. So the regularity is a key, and the consistency of the patterns is a key in achieving the objective. The ninth one is loved ones first. Happy, healthy centenarians in the blue zones areas put their families first. This can take shape in many forms, from keeping your aging parents, remember that, aging parents and grandparents in or near your home, to being in a positive, committed relationship, which can add up to 6 years of life expectancy. So it's a social responsibility, because when we were babies, when we were young, our parents took care of us. They didn't toss somewhere in the nursing or daycare, just like in the society nowadays we see around us. Because aging parents, nobody has time for anyone, and sometimes it becomes like a vicious circle. So make sure that we do to the best of our ability to take care of our aging parents as well. By embedding these principles into a lifestyle community, you could replicate the environment that supports long, healthy lives, much like those in the blue zone. Let me share my screen here. Now the question is that, is it space specific? Can we create a blue zone where we live? Of course we can. If you look at the spread of these blue zones, which I have shown you on the globe, they're all over the place. Costa Rica is an underdeveloped country. In Nicoya, if you look at it, they are not very well developed. So it's about the lifestyle which individual adopts. And if it's a lifestyle, then you can adopt that lifestyle wherever you are. My parents, they were originally born in India. During the 1947, they migrated to Pakistan during the partition. They lived in East Pakistan, and then during the Civil War, 1971, they migrated to West Pakistan. So now East Pakistan is no more there on the globe, which we call it Bangladesh. And then from West Pakistan, they migrated to United States when I sponsored them. So basically, my parents lived all over the place. But the lifestyle that they had, particularly about meditation and doing the household work and regularity of their meditation time, their practices, prayers, social connectivity with the relatives and friends. It was there all my life. I have observed. So basically, what I'm concluding here is that it's not specific. You can create a community of blue zones where you live. It's a matter of adopting those attributes which they have exhibited. So I thought that I should share these concepts with you for improving our quality of life as far as the health is concerned. I hope you like it, and if you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, please include in the comment section, and I'll try to respond it. Hopefully, see you next time.